Greater Manchester Police Constable, or rather now former Greater Manchester Police Constable, Christopher Armstrong, has been dismissed after being found to have pursued a student police constable and then engaged in sexual conduct with her in a police station shower room whilst on duty during a night shift. Armstrong is said to have driven to the probationary plod's home and groped her, and then a month later tried to get his end away with her in the cop shop shower room whilst giving her a tour of the premises. Armstrong had been with Greater Manchester Police for 13 years and the woman was still in a probationary period at approximately 1 year at the time of the incidents between August and September 2019. The woman said that he had driven to her home even though she didn't remember giving him her address. He probably misused police systems to find it, and said that she had to push him away when he made a move and tried to kiss her and groped her butt. So unwanted sexual touching too. Methinks a normal member of the public would be dragged over the coals for doing the same. But I nearly forgot this cretin is a copper and not a regular member of society. The woman, who was only referred to as Officer A, alleged further non-consensual and unwanted activity took place on September the 15th, 2019, when he tried to have sex with her in the cop shop shower room. So that's a second count of unwanted sexual touching right there. It said that during the shower scene, Officer A pushed Armstrong's hand away and told him, "Don't do that." Then PC Armstrong put his clothes on and left. So basically he was getting naked while on duty in the police shower rooms. Armstrong admitted his conduct but said the entire thing was consensual. Apparently Officer A took sick leave and was later diagnosed with anxiety and depression. And here we have the calibre of person working to protect and serve us. By all accounts, he kissed her and touched her arse. Nothing else according to reports, and stopped when she asked him to, but she, a trained copper, someone who's going to have to face some of the real dregs of society, has been diagnosed with anxiety and depression. It sounds like another potentially dangerous person to have on the streets carrying weapons, if you ask me. PC Armstrong said he had been told by the woman where she lived prior to him driving to visit her on August the 18th, 2019, 3 days after an intimate picture had been sent to him from her. He recalled she was in her pyjamas and slippers when she came to the door and she asked him to park further up the road. The woman said she repeatedly screamed at him to get off, although PC Armstrong denied he had tried to deliberately grab her butt. He did say, however, that he may have accidentally brushed her rear as the pair embraced. He said he was startled by her reaction to let go of her immediately. The disciplinary panel found the hug had been forceful, although the pair resumed the flirtatious messaging.
That's why I prefer to call it a struggle snuggle.
Disciplinary panel ruled that PC Armstrong was guilty of sexual misconduct. They added, he neglected his duties, did so for sexual purposes. The fact that he might have responded to emergencies misses the point. Being merely available is not what is expected of police officers. Police officers patrolling is a benefit to the public. The removal of that benefit is a detriment. The panel also finds that there was premeditation and planning to this breach. The plan to meet involved at least contemplated sexual activity on duty in the police station, even if the details were to be resolved when the circumstances were clearer. At a time when police resources are under pressure, the public would rightly be deeply concerned about this conduct, and it would substantially affect public confidence, playing into unfair stereotypes and affecting the public's view of all police officers. The fact that PC Armstrong neglected his duty for sexual reasons also adds to the risk of discredit. The misconduct panel chair decided that the only course of action was to dismiss Armstrong without notice, concluding that simply neglecting duties is serious. Doing so for sexual purposes is worse. Doing so with a degree of planning and while committing a separate breach of standards with regard to respect for another officer is worse still, and makes this a case where only dismissal without notice can be justified. Not only do we have yet another sexual deviant police constable, or rather now ex-police constable, we also have yet another police constable who clearly isn't fit to be a police constable if she can't handle herself against another PC trying his luck. The fact that this is only or has only been seen fit to be heard at a misconduct hearing rather than a criminal one under the Sexual Offences Act 2003, namely sexual assault, where a person commits an offence if they intentionally touch another person, the touching is sexual in nature, the person being touched doesn't consent to it, and the person doing the touching doesn't reasonably believe that the person being touched wants touching. Especially with the current violence against women and girls narrative being played out.